Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Hi, if this is your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Keren. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. On here I talk about faith in Jesus Christ, I talk about lifestyle, so please, I'm sure you enjoy the content I put out here, so please make sure you subscribe, okay? And if this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time coming here, hi, how you doing? If you're yet to subscribe, why? Please make sure you subscribe to the channel before you leave. Make sure you subscribe. I mean, you keep coming back because you're enjoying the content, so why are you not subscribing? Subscription is very free. Don't think that this is Netflix or GoTV or whatever. You don't need to pay any amount, you just need to subscribe. That's all. You won't pay any amount. This is how I know you love me, this is how I know you enjoy the content I'm putting out, and this is how I know that you really want to support me, okay? So please subscribe to the channel. So today's video is for the girlies. Hi girls. If you have your female friends, please just call them on here. We're just going to be having a chit chat just to discuss, and yeah, if you're interested in that, let's get straight into it, okay? Sometime last year I met this lady and we were having a discussion. She was gisting me about some things that were going on in her life, and then she goes on to say to me, I don't know, is it just me or am I just so unlucky with female friends? And I remember I started laughing, and she was like, why are you laughing? I was like, I'm laughing because I can relate, okay? I can understand everything you're saying. I've been there before, but I thank God that He has helped me, that I've been able to navigate female friendships, right? And before we proceed into this video, I just want to put out a disclaimer. I don't claim to know it all, okay? I don't claim that I know it all. I'm not claiming that I'm perfect. I'm not claiming that I've had it all together in my life, but I just feel like this is something that I've experienced before, and I've said it severally. I'm a girl's girl. I love my female friendships so much. Have I been hurt before? Yes. Will I still do female friendships? Yes. Yeah, I believe that female friendship circles don't have to be toxic. I believe that there can be sisterhood outside your sisters. I believe that you can love other females like you love yourself, okay? So I mean, why not? If there's anything that has to do with promoting female friendship circles, I'm in. If you have anything that you like to add to all the points I'm going to be listing out here, please make sure you put it in the comment section below. So my first point is, know the purpose of that friendship. In his book Understanding the Power and Purpose of a Woman, Dr. Miles Monroe stated that when the purpose of a thing is not known, what happens? Abuse become what's inevitable. And I believe that this is very important in every segment and every aspect of our lives, right? I feel like you need to sit down and ask yourself some important questions. Why do I need friends? Am I just looking for friends based on vibes? Am I just looking for friends so that we can go to the beach together, you know, get picture perfect pictures? Am I just looking for friends so that they can compliment me? What exactly do you need friends? I feel like if you sit down and you're able to narrow down your ideas on why you truly need friends, then it can help you in deciding and in choosing the people who should be in your friendship circle, right? Because I mean, if you're looking for friends based on vibes, based on, oh, we went to the beach together, we went for vacations, vacations, all vacations together, then it helps you narrow down your list and it helps channel you to the people who are like that. But if you're looking for friends based on, oh, I want spiritual growth, of course, if you're looking for friendships that are going to help you grow spiritually, you know that you'll not be going to the club. That's not where you're going to find them, okay? And if you know that, oh, you're looking for friends that will be going to the club with you, then definitely you know that in a midweek service is not where you're going to find those kind of people. So ask yourself, why do I need friendships? What is the purpose of these relationships? Why do I need this person in my life, right? So it doesn't even have to do with the whole friendship thing. This particular person, why do I feel like I need this person in my life? Which leads me to my next point. See, we need to understand ourselves, okay? We need to understand the kind of people we are. You cannot know what you want if you don't know who you are, right? I hope that made sense. Write it down and let me repeat it for the people at the back. If you don't know who you are, you cannot know what you want. So sometimes you might be feeling like you actually need friends, but what you truly need is working on yourself. What you truly need is reinventing in yourself, taking those courses, just sharpening your rough edges, right? Because if you truly need friends because you feel like you're incomplete, then even when you have those people in your life, you're still going to be incomplete, because there's a level of satisfaction that only God and yourself can bring to yourself, period. So you need to understand, oh, why do I need this relationship with this person? See, I know a lot of people, and I've been guilty of this before. I've decided to be friends with people just because I loved the way they dressed, just because I loved the way, oh, this girl, I love the way she answered that question intelligently in class. I think I can be friends with her. Understand that proximity with a person does not necessarily mean you have to be friends with that person. Yes, close proximity could lead to friendships, but you don't have to be friends with everyone that you are in close proximity with. Listen, ladies, we are very guilty of this. You just met somebody, you just had just one conversation, and you're already announcing to the whole world that this person is your friend. How? Another thing we tend to do is that, oh, you just met somebody, you don't even know where this person is coming from. The best you know about this person is her name and the clothes she's wearing, the brand of the clothes she's wearing, and then just because of that, you now assume that you're friends, and then you go on to pour out your life to somebody you just met. Somebody you just met like 30 minutes ago. She already knows everything about your life. She already knows. I mean, it's intense. It's too much. No, you just don't dish out pieces of yourself to people just because you feel like, oh, I like her name. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, that's what a lot of us do. You just become friends with people based on, I like her name, or I like that she's intelligent. And please understand, just because someone is kind, just because someone is caring, just because someone is friendly does not mean that person have to be friends with you. Listen, does your core values align? See, I've been friends with this person, and this girl is a very lovely person, and she still is a very beautiful person, very generous, very kind. But at some point, we had to separate. We had to no longer be friends because I realized that my values were not the same values with hers. And if we're going to remain friends, one person was going to influence the other. And of course, I didn't want to be influenced. So I knew that I had to leave that relationship. Why exactly are you friends with this person? What exactly is your purpose of being in that relationship? Like I said, if your own is just for the vibes, for the beach, for the, like, oh, let's go to the beach, let's take pictures, let's go on vacation. If that's it, fine and good. You will find your kind of person. You will find that kind of person, but you cannot say that, oh, I'm looking for a committed friendship, and then you're not putting in the effort. We need to understand, and we need to learn to, in friendships, we need to be intentional about what we can give than what we can get. Listen, if you read the story of Jonathan and David in the Bible, like, that story is one that always gets me like thinking, because I mean, on a normal circumstance, Jonathan or David should have loved Jonathan more, because Jonathan was one from a wealthy family. Jonathan was one whose father was king. Jonathan was one who had maids and slaves running around his table and being at his beck and call, right? Yet the Bible says that Jonathan loved David like he loved his soul. He loved David so much, and I'm like, what was David even bringing to the table? Because, you know, we live in a generation where everyone is all about, so what are you bringing to the table? So what are you getting to the table? So what are you contributing? But Jonathan loved David like he loved his own self. Jonathan was one that had it all, yet he was the one that was committed to David. In fact, Jonathan even his father had conspired against David, and Jonathan came and met David and said, look, my father is trying to kill you. I mean, despite Jonathan knowing that his father was trying to kill David because David was going to take the throne out of Jonathan's hand. I mean, Jonathan was next in line to become king, right? God had already chosen David. So Saul was trying to kill David so that what? So that Jonathan can inherit the throne. He can take the throne. But Jonathan still loved this man. Selflessness. I feel like in relationships, we need to bring selflessness. Let's bring selflessness back. Let's do away with all this. What is this person bringing to the table? I know that we live in a generation of my mental health. Oh, this person broke me. Oh, I'm healed now. Bring me somebody that's blah 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 blah. I get you, my darling. I get you, okay? But if you're looking for a wholesome friendship, you need to understand that you need to come whole. Looking for a wholesome relationship with somebody, you need to be whole. You cannot be holding back to bits and pieces of, oh, somebody have hurt me before in the past, so if I'm going to be friends with this person, I'm just going to be treading carefully, looking at, oh, what is this person bringing? I'm not saying you should be unintelligent, but in using your wisdom, that is why, see, if you're thinking about, oh, where am I going to use my wisdom? Let me tell you it now. It is before you decide to become friends with that person. Once you are friends with somebody, be committed. The generation we live in now is just always about what can I get? No, it doesn't always have to be like that. The next point takes me to understanding times and seasons in relationships. The time in this video where I shot, in this channel rather, where I shot a video and I was calling my friends, telling them I was broke and I needed a certain sum of money, and I remember at the beginning of that video, I had said that if my friends say they can't afford it, it's fine because they are students. I don't know where I expect them to get money from. Another person will see videos going viral. You will see a lady asking her friends for 500 million and the friends are sending it to her immediately. You that you know the kind of friends you have, they are still students, you will see that and you now tell yourself that, oh, I'm in the wrong circle. Are you kidding me? What do you mean by you're in the wrong circle? You know, most times we even expect things from people, things that we don't even have, and that is very unfair. And these things, I feel like I have a problem with motivational speakers in this regard. You hear them say, oh, if the circle you're in, if you wake up and you ask somebody for 500k in your circle and nobody can give that to you, then you need to change your circle. Are you kidding me? If you, my darling, if you are asking for 500k, can you give me? But then you're listening to people who are telling you to change your circle because your friends cannot afford that. Meanwhile, you know that they are students. Where do you expect them to get that money from? Understand that there are times and seasons in friendships and in relationships. People change. People grow together. The same people that I had called to say, oh, please send me this amount of money. At that time in my life, they couldn't afford it. But I remember when I came back from my NYSC, these my girls, they came to the house and after they had gone back to school, they called me and they're like, oh, Keren, we forgot. We actually brought you a gift, but we forgot. We gisted so much that they forgot and they went back to school with it. At that point in their life, they were evolving. People need to understand times and seasons. See, don't come and be judging your friends because they cannot give you a certain amount of money. Don't be judging them and be saying, I think I need to change my circle because you saw another person's friends doing that to them. Are they hardworking? Which is why I said your values need to align. And I hope that you have important values. Values like hard work, consistency, values like always showing up. If these people are God-fearing, if they love the Lord, if they are hardworking, if they are not lazy, then you need to understand that times and seasons, time and chance happen to them all. I'm not saying that, oh, I'm going to change my friendship circle because I saw one person, her own friends were giving her money. Me, my own friends, they cannot afford this sum of money. Can you afford it? You need to learn to treat people with grace. Grow together. Because most of the people that you see that are doing vibes on vibes, going on friendications and all of that, they started from somewhere. They started from somewhere. So don't apply unnecessary pressure on people. But again, like I said, if that's what you want, by all means, go for it. If that's the kind of life you're all about, go for it. But please don't drag other people and put them under unnecessary pressure to prove to you what they are not. I have this principle in choosing friends, right? If I have to shrink to accommodate you, then I don't think we are friends. And if I have to elevate myself to be who I am not, just so that I can give you a false perception of who I am, then I don't think we need to be friends. And friendships are very important because the Bible says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Surround yourself with the right people, then you'll be able to make intelligent and wise decisions. But first of all, are you the right person? Are you the kind of person that when someone tells you something, you go about and tell another person and say, oh, this person told me this, but don't tell anybody? It shows that you yourself, you're not trustworthy. Don't expect from other people what you are not to yourself. Please, in choosing friendships, I think that intentionality is very important. And my final tip on this is just let God choose your friends for you. I tested and proven, tested and approved. You know, I used to be, like I said, I used to be one of those persons that, oh, I like the way this girl is. I like that she's intelligent. I like that she's quiet. Let me be friends with her. Guys, it always ended up in what? Premium tears. It always ended up in tears. Friends with people because of the vibes and, oh, all what you feel like you can get from the person. No, my darling, how about you? What are you giving? On that, let me tell you an interesting thing that had happened, right? And this is just talking about how to know the purpose of a thing. So when I was younger, they used to bring my small cousins over to the house so that we could take care of them. And I remember one day one of them was doing something and then I said to him, what kind of attitude is that? That's a very bad attitude. And this boy goes on to say, Auntie Keren, I'm going to tell my mom that you called me attitude, that you said attitude. Apparently this student thought that attitude was a bad word. Now why am I bringing this? Because if you don't really understand what friendships are, you can abuse it. Yourself important questions. Even myself that I'm looking for female friendships, how am I? Everybody will vouch for themselves and say, oh, I'm a good friend, I'm a good friend. So who are the bad friends? You need to sit down and do some life check and be very sincere with yourself. Am I being trustworthy? Am I being kind? Also, you need to understand that people make mistakes. Of course, give room for people to make mistakes. And as I say this, I'm saying this to myself as well. To learn to treat people with grace. We need to learn to treat people with kindness. We need to learn to treat people with compassion. Even after Simon had denied Jesus, we still see that when Jesus raised up from the dead, he still continued talking to Simon. He didn't say, oh, you denied me, so it's all over for you. Jesus gave grace to Simon. So I feel like in our relationships, we also need to give grace and room for people to make mistakes, because I mean, you too, you make mistakes. No one is above mistakes. Learn to be graceful and be kind. Don't, because you had an argument with your friend, you now go about to start telling other people the secrets they have told you. That is very, very wrong. That's unfair. That's unkind. In fact, it shows that you're not even a trustworthy friend. Pray that God will help us in our friendships, in our relationships. See, the Bible says that a wise man is cautious in his friendships. Right? So I pray that God will help us to choose the right people. It says that he who walks with the wise shall be wise, but the companion of fools shall be destroyed. So I pray that God will help us to be very intentional in choosing the people that we keep around us. But much more than that, I pray that God will help you, that you yourself will be a good friend to other people and will give us a heart that is forgiving, a heart that is compassionate, and a heart that spurs one another to love. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video, drop your comments. I want to know your thoughts on female friendships. I want to know if you've ever had any friendship breakup and how you're able to navigate that. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.